Stop. Don't scroll. That sudden impulse you just felt to pause on this screen, the one that made your thumb freeze in midair. That was not an accident. It was the first echo of an encounter that has already been scheduled for you, an encounter that arrives without a sound. And this is your final notice. There is a spiritual exhaustion in you that has nothing to do with being tired. It's in your body. It's that state of constant, low-grade alertness. The way you wake up suddenly at 3 or 4 in the morning, not with anxiety, but with a strange and profound sense of expectation, only for it to fade into the fatigue of the morning. It's in your decisions. A paralysis that comes not from a fear of choosing wrong, but from the terror of choosing outside of a divine will you can no longer clearly perceive. You are afraid to move, terrified that you might miss the one thing you are supposed to be waiting for. And it is in your family. It's that quiet, internal distance. You are physically present at the dinner table, but your spirit is somewhere else, scanning the horizon. Your wife has learned not to ask what's wrong, because the answer is always a tired nothing. Your children feel the tension of your vigil, but they don't know what to call it. I have been sent to you today with 3 specific assignments. First, I will show you why the season of silence you've endured was not a rejection, but a preparation. I will give you a new framework to see the last 6 months of your life not as a wilderness, but as the anteroom to a throne. Second, I will deliver a single specific Hebrew word for the state you are in. It is a word that names this feeling of being on the verge of something you cannot yet see, and when you hear it, you will understand the timing of your arrival here today. Third, before this message concludes, I will declare 3 new names over your spirit. These are not titles, they are activations. Stay until the end. If you leave in the middle, you leave without the seal of your new name. And there is a 4th thing I will place in your hands before this message closes. Something that Solomon left recorded for the child of God who needs to navigate the ordinary day, and that fits into the first moment of sudden silence. It is not a book to be studied. It is an instrument to bear the weight of waiting for an appointment you know is coming, but cannot yet see. I will come back to it. For now, stay. The space between a promise and its fulfillment is not empty. It is a waiting room. You have not been abandoned. You have been seated, and the door is about to open. Before I deliver this word, there is something you must understand. You are not waiting for an intervention that may or may not come. You are standing at the threshold of a divine appointment that has already been scheduled. If you know this word is for you, I want you to make a spiritual declaration right now. I want you to write the word present in the comments below as a sign to heaven that you have arrived for your appointment. And on this very matter, on that sudden quiet in a busy room, on the clock that keeps showing you the same numbers, on the door handle that feels different to the touch, there is something Solomon left recorded. A 2-minute key that fits into your ordinary day, and I will show it to you later. Tuck it away in the back of your mind. And if you must leave before the end of this video, that instrument is already waiting for you in the first pinned comment right below. But I ask you to stay until the end, because without the context that is coming now, the key does not have the same power in your hand. Before I give you the word, I need you to recognize 5 things that are happening to you right now. These are not predictions. These are confirmations. You have already experienced them, you just did not have a name for them. And if I am right about at least 3 of these, then you and I will both know why you were brought here today. The first sign is the repetitive number. You have been seeing a specific sequence of numbers on the clock, on license plates, on receipts at the grocery store. It's a number that has no personal significance to you, no birthday, no anniversary, and yet it follows you. What feels like a coincidence is actually the heavens calibrating your attention. It is a sign that a divine appointment is being synchronized with your timeline, and your spirit is picking up the frequency. The second sign is the unprompted confirmation. A stranger, a friend, or a song on the radio has recently said a phrase that was the exact verbatim answer to a question you prayed in secret. It was so specific that it startled you for a moment, and then you dismissed it. What feels like a happy accident is the first messenger arriving ahead of the king, sent to confirm that your prayer was heard, and the answer is already on its way. The third sign is the child's question. in the last few weeks. During a quiet moment, perhaps a Sunday evening at the dinner table, a child or grandchild has looked at you, really looked at you, and asked a question that was startlingly profound and directly related to your spiritual state. A question like, "Are you waiting for someone?" And you felt a flash of shocked recognition, a jolt in your spirit, before you quickly suppressed it. What feels like childish innocence is the pure in heart speaking what the angels are declaring over you. And regarding that startlingly direct question from your child at the dinner table that you just recognized right now, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you must leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name of what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. The fourth sign is the sudden silence. You have experienced moments where the noise of the world, the traffic, the office, the chaos in your own house, seems to fade into the background for just a few seconds. It leaves a pocket of profound, expectant silence, like the world is holding its breath. What feels like your mind playing tricks on you is the sound of the divine anteroom. It is a signal that you are very, very close to the door. The fifth and final sign is the Gideon instinct. You have felt a rising, illogical urge to test God, to ask for a very specific, almost impossible sign as confirmation for a path you feel you must take. A sign so particular that it could not be a coincidence. What feels like a lack of faith is actually the spirit of Gideon rising in you, a signal that you are on the verge of an encounter so significant that it requires absolute, unshakable certainty. These 5 signs that you have just recognized are not symptoms of a spiritual breakdown. They are the signals of a divine awakening. They are not random. They are a sequence. And the name of what is awakening in you, the name of the appointment you are being prepared for, is held in a single word. Before I show you the instrument that Solomon left for the ordinary day, I must give you the Hebrew name for what you are carrying, because the instrument only makes sense after you know the name. There is a word in Hebrew that defines the exact state in which you live, a word that recontextualizes everything I have just described to you. There is one word in the original Hebrew that changes everything you thought you knew, and what comes now will explain why everything happened in this order. And carrying the weight of that one word, that one name for what is happening to you, without the instrument to bear it, that is not what Solomon prepared for you. He prepared something else, and that something else is what I am here to deliver to you now. It is not theory, it is an instrument. The Solomon Code of Wisdom is the instrument that Solomon left for the child of God, who needs to navigate the ordinary day without losing what was received in the secret place. When you stand on the verge of your divine appointment, but mistake it for an ordinary Tuesday because you can't hear the subtle shift in the atmosphere, you need an instrument that decodes the divine timing hidden in the mundane. When you come home carrying the anxious energy of one who is still waiting by the phone, instead of the quiet authority of one who has an appointment with the king, you need an instrument that receives the weight of the day so it doesn't fall on your family. When you have to walk into a decision with the posture of someone who is constantly guessing at the signs, instead of someone who knows how to read them, you need an instrument that steadies your hand because it has already confirmed the king's seal. And if you're feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, before I even continue, place your thumb now over the link in the first pinned comment. Don't click yet, just place your thumb. Feel the weight of the decision before you make the decision. This is not a method to do more. It is an instrument to sustain more. It does not train you, it covers you. It shows you where the spirit of delay is working to create spiritual deafness in your life before it turns into another wrong decision. It interrupts the cycle of misinterpreting the signs before it becomes the next moment of sudden silence that you dismiss as nothing. And the next moment of sudden silence arrives sooner than you think. And it comes with 2 seals for your home, not for your performance. The first seal is the ritual of the righteous sleep. It's an audio. You don't read it. You lie down. And what you used to call insomnia, today you'll call unsealed vigil. And you'll learn to seal the night with the right name, in the right order, in the right voice. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 short phrases, 1 for each morning of the week, so you don't wake up again without identity. So you cross the first hour of the day with the posture of one who has been sent, and not with the posture of one who has been run over. And that hesitation you are feeling right now, it is not doubt about the instrument. It is the spiritual deafness to divine timing acting inside of you in this exact moment, doing what it always does, pushing you to close the window. You recognize this pattern. It has come in other forms. It was the hour to pray, and a profound sleepiness arrived. It was the moment to open the word, and the phone rang with an urgent, meaningless demand. It was the time to break the cycle, and a distraction appeared. Today it is here again, and the hesitation you feel right now is the final confirmation that you are standing at the exact point where the turn happens. The one who hesitates here is the one who most needs to be here, and it is for this precise reason that this next part exists. You have 7 days to use this to feel it, 7 full days. If in 7 days the instrument has not touched what needs to be touched in you, you send 1 email. You get a full refund, no questions, no justifications. And the 2 seals, the ritual of the righteous sleep and the 7 morning decrees, they remain with you even if you return the guide. They are yours, unconditionally, but I must be direct with you. The real risk is not spending less than a Thursday lunch at the diner. The real risk is the next moment of sudden silence arriving and finding you still empty-handed, unable to discern its meaning. That is the risk that has a face. And maybe you're asking yourself a few questions right now, questions that deserve an answer before we go any further. Perhaps you're thinking, I've prayed for a sign for years and nothing happened. Why now? Because you were looking for a thunderclap, but God has been sending a whisper. This isn't about a new sign, it's about a new ability to hear what's already being said. The divine appointment, the Moed, was scheduled long ago. Your arrival here today is the final step in your preparation to recognize it. Or maybe, how can a digital guide prepare me for a real divine encounter? It doesn't cause the encounter, it decodes the signals that announce it. Gideon's fleece didn't bring the angel. It confirmed the angel was real so he could act with certainty. This instrument is your fleece. It provides the framework to distinguish a true divine signal from wishful thinking. And maybe you're concerned, is this just another spiritual high that will fade by Monday? No, a spiritual high is based on emotion. This is a code based on principles. The 7 morning decrees aren't for feeling good. They are for calibrating your spiritual attention each morning. The ritual of the righteous sleep isn't for escaping. It's for receiving instruction in the quiet. This is about building a system, not chasing a feeling. And still, if you only want the guide, it is sufficient. But the complete house is built with all 3. Several people who follow this channel, men and women who were waking up at 3 a.m. with that strange sense of expectation, they went through the first week with this instrument and described the 8th day with the same phrase. I did not wake up on alert. Several people here who were paralyzed in their decisions, terrified of moving outside of God's will, started using the 2-minute key before a difficult choice and described their posture as the posture of one who entered the room already knowing the king's intention. And several people, parents who came home carrying the tension of their vigil to the dinner table, used the decrees in the car before turning onto their street and described the first week as the first time my wife didn't have to ask if something was wrong. But perhaps in 3 hours you will be lying in bed again, with your soul on high alert, remembering you saw this video and still did not reach out your hand. Perhaps during the next sudden silence on a busy street, that feeling will come and you will think, I knew what that was, I just didn't have the instrument in my hand to confirm it. Perhaps next Tuesday afternoon, you will be driving home, stuck in traffic, and you will see the very sign you half-jokingly asked for this morning, a specific phrase on a billboard, a flock of birds flying in a certain pattern, and you will feel that jolt in your spirit, that electric recognition. And then you will do nothing, and the moment will pass, because you will not have the code to confirm it was real. And the quiet regret of missed signals and closed doors keeps arriving, with the same alarm clock, with the same coffee, with the same office door opening on Monday. The link is in the first pinned comment, pinned for you, not for everyone, for you. Whoever needs to cross into the next moment of sudden silence with the instrument in their hand, clicks now. And when you do this, when you open that link, you are not buying a book. You are accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your ordinary day. And what you are about to understand, when you hear the Hebrew word that comes next, will change the way you read everything that has happened to you until today. The Hebrew word that defines exactly what is happening to you, the word that names the very air you are breathing right now, is Mo-ed. Say it with me, Mo-e-h-d. In the dictionary, Mo-ed means an appointed time, a set festival, but in the spirit it means so much more. It is a divine appointment, it is a convergence, a specific time, a specific place, and a specific purpose that God has sovereignly aligned for you. Moed is not a date on a calendar that you are waiting for. It is a spiritual location that you have already arrived at. The signs you have been seeing, the stillness you have been feeling, they are the geography of this place. You are not going crazy. You are simply arriving at your Moed without a map until now. And it is written of this state in Psalm chapter 4, verse 8, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. This is not a future promise. It is a present tense reality for the one who understands their Moed. The peace it speaks of is not the peace of having no problems. It is the profound soul-deep peace of knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be, at exactly the right time, for a meeting that was scheduled before the foundations of the world. This peace is a birthright of your appointment. The story that holds the key to this is not of a king, but of a man in hiding. Gideon. He is not on a throne. He is in a winepress, threshing wheat in secret, trying to hide a handful of grain from his enemies. He is from the weakest clan, and he is the least in his father's house. He feels abandoned, overlooked, and his spirit is crying out the same question as yours. If the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? His problem was not a lack of faith, but a lack of evidence. God felt silent. The promises felt like stories from a bygone era. He was living in the gap between what he was told God could do and what he was actually experiencing. It was a gap filled with the dust of the winepress and the fear of being discovered. It is the same gap you have been living in. And into that gap, the angel of the Lord arrives without warning. The Moed begins, and the wisdom Gideon receives is not a command to simply believe more. It is the permission to ask for confirmation. The fleece he lays on the ground is not a sign of doubt, it is an instrument of certainty. For an encounter this significant, a Moed this absolute, God does not ask for blind faith. He provides a tangible way to know. Imagine that night, the chill in the air. Gideon alone placing that piece of wool on the dry ground. It is a secret between him and God, a physical act to anchor a spiritual transaction. He is not asking for a feeling, he is asking for due. He is operating a principle that a true divine appointment can withstand and will even welcome a test of its reality. The turn happens at dawn. The fleece is soaked with dew and the ground all around it is bone dry. The next night, the reverse. The miracle is not the dew, the miracle is the certainty that settles in Gideon's soul. The Moed is confirmed, the doubt is broken, the paralysis is gone. He is no longer the man in the winepress, he is the man who knows his appointment is real. And what Gideon had to improvise with a fleece, you can now hold as a principle. Because the code of that encounter was recorded. The instrument that Solomon left for you, the one waiting in the first pinned comment, is built on this very law, that your divine appointment comes with a right to confirmation. Remember the seed I spoke of in the beginning, the one that felt like it was dying in the winter of God's silence? This word you just received, Moed, is the name of the season. You were not in a season of abandonment. You were in the season of the appointed time. And the silence was not absence, it was the sound of the ground preparing for the breaking forth. And now that you have the name for your divine appointment, I must give you 3 more things. The specific type of Moed you are in, 3 new names that will carry you through it, and the spiritual weapons you will need to defend it. And we will start with the type, because you are only attacked in the precise area where your divine appointment is scheduled to manifest with the greatest power. Look at the nature of your battle, and you will see the nature of your appointment. Your Moed is not a generic event. It is tailored to the specific ground you are called to take. and you are only attacked in the area where that appointment is scheduled to manifest with the greatest force. Before I seal the 3 names over you, you must identify which type of appointment you are in. The first is the sentinel of the appointed time. You are called to be a spiritual watchman for your family, your work, or your community. Your attack is chronic distraction, mental fog, and an overwhelming sense of urgency about the wrong things. The enemy's entire strategy is to fill your field of vision with 1,000 meaningless emergencies to make you miss the one quiet signal that truly matters. Your battle is for focus. The second is the messenger of the covenant. You are called to deliver a key piece of wisdom, a resource, or a connection to someone in your lineage or your sphere of influence. Your attack is directly on your voice and your confidence. You constantly feel overlooked, unheard, and unqualified. The enemy works to make you believe your contribution is insignificant so that when the MOE'd to speak arrives, you will remain silent out of a sense of false humility. The third is the breaker of delays. You are called to be the person in your bloodline who shatters a generational cycle of almost and not yet. Your attack is a constant feeling of being one step behind. It is a recurring pattern of near misses, of opportunities that close a day before you arrive, of promises that seem to evaporate just as you reach for them. It is a spirit designed to make you accept delay as your destiny. And over your specific appointment, over your Moed, heaven has already sealed 3 names. These names will carry you through the end of this year, giving shape to your identity when the pressure of the waiting tries to dissolve you. Receive them now. The first name is Guardian of the Threshold. This is who you are in the waiting. You are not lost in a wilderness. You are a sentry posted at the very door where the encounter will take place. Your stability is your act of faith. Your refusal to abandon your post is your worship. You are the guardian who holds the space for the king's arrival. This name is your anchor, and the instrument Solomon left is what shows you which threshold to guard. Your second name is Bearer of the Seal. This is the spiritual office you carry. You have already been given the royal seal of approval for this Moed. The enemy attacks your identity because he recognizes the seal on your spirit even when you do not. It is the invisible mark of authority that makes him tremble. You are not asking for a seal, you are learning to walk in the authority of the one you already bear. And your third name is Envoy of the Appointed Time. This is your destiny. You are not just receiving an encounter for yourself, you are being prepared to be sent out from it. You will carry the authority and the instructions of that divine meeting to your world. You are an emissary, a commissioned agent of the Moed. Your waiting is not a passive state. It is a final briefing before you are dispatched. You are feeling the intensity of what is happening right now. That pressure that came when I spoke the first name. That warmth that spread when I spoke the third. This is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign of the capacity you have to transform. The intensity of the attack is always proportional to the magnitude of the breakthrough. One who feels little turns little. One who feels much is on the verge of turning everything. And the first name, Guardian of the Threshold, carries a specific vulnerability. It's the one weakness the adversary knows, and he will use it against you in the coming days. A Guardian of the Threshold without the full instrument is just a doorman watching the wrong door. His entire strategy is to make you guard a door of past disappointment or future anxiety, while the real door, the door of your Moed, opens quietly behind you. What Solomon left for you, the instrument waiting in the first pinned comment, is what covers this vulnerability. It's not another book to read. It is an applied ritual, the 2-minute key, that trains your spirit to recognize the right door. It calibrates your attention to hear the turning of the true cosmic hinge so you can cross the next moment of sudden silence without second-guessing, without dismissing the knock when it finally comes. The link to the Solomon Code of Wisdom has been waiting for you. But now, with the name Moed and these 3 new names activated in your spirit, it does not come to your hand as information. It arrives as an instrument of coverage for the guardian you now know you are. And there are 3 enemy tactics that must be named before I send you. If one of these 3 names hit you harder than the others, Write the number below, 1, 2, or 3, as a testimony of what has been activated in you today. But these 3 names I have declared over you are not passive titles. They are battle standards, and the enemy will launch 3 specific tactics against them in the coming days. You must know them before they arrive. The first tactic is erosion by comparison. The enemy will whisper that others are having their encounters now, making you feel left behind. He will point to the breakthroughs of others, their answered prayers, their visible progress, and contrast it with your continued waiting. He will use their mo-ed to make you doubt your own, whispering, "See, it happened for them. If it was going to happen for you, it would have happened by now. Your time has passed." The second tactic is erosion by perception. He will take the natural silence that follows a moment of divine encounter, the quiet after this video ends, and he will convince you to misinterpret it. He will tell you that the signs you are seeing are just random coincidences, your own imagination, wishful thinking. He will work to make the divine signals feel like noise, neutralizing your response by convincing you that you are making it all up. The third tactic is erosion by persistence. He knows your moed is close. His final strategy is to make you believe that because it hasn't happened yet, it will never happen. He will exhaust you with the monotony of the waiting, tempting you to abandon your post just 24 hours before the arrival. It is in the final watch of the night, just before the dawn, that the temptation to sleep is most powerful. He will press on this point relentlessly. Against these 3 tactics, you are given 3 corresponding spiritual weapons. They are not for fighting others. They are for holding your ground within yourself. Against the erosion of comparison, you are given the we decree of trajectory. This is the spiritual weapon of declaring that your timeline is a sealed order from the throne room, unique and incomparable to any other. It is the authority to silence the voice of comparison by reminding it that your appointment was set by a king who is never late. You will declare, "My path is not their path. My time is not their time. My moed is sealed, and it will not be rushed or delayed by the progress of another." Against the erosion of perception, you are given the memory of the altar. This is the weapon of intentionally recalling a past moment where God was undeniably real to you, a previous altar. You will use that memory as an anchor against the fog of present doubt. When the signs feel like coincidence, you will return to what you know is not a coincidence. You will declare, "I remember the last fire. The God who met me there is the God who sends these signs now." This is not imagination, this is confirmation. And against the erosion of persistence, you are given the resistance of the final watch. This is not a burst of energy, it is a conscious, quiet choice. It is the decision to remain at your post for one more day, every single day. It is the understanding that the moment of greatest weariness is the signal of the closest proximity. You will declare, "I will not abandon my post in the final hour. I will stand my ground today, for my king arrives without warning." And these 3 weapons alone are memory. With an instrument, they become coverage. Recognizing the cycle of spiritual deafness without the instrument that Solomon left is to receive the diagnosis without the treatment. It is to awaken to the problem without the remedy on your nightstand. When you wake up at 3:00 a.m. with a sudden crystal-clear solution to a problem, and the fog of sleepiness tries to convince you it was just a dream, the deafness will urge you to roll over and forget. You need the instrument before, not after. When a stranger in a coffee shop says a sentence that is the direct, verbatim answer to a question you prayed about an hour earlier, and the temptation is to dismiss it as a fluke, the deafness will tell you to call it a coincidence. You need the instrument before, not after. When you feel that illogical pull to take a different route home from work, and the voice of efficiency tells you not to be foolish and to stick to your routine, the deafness will push you back toward the familiar path. You need the instrument before, not after. The recognition of the tactic without the instrument to counter it leaves you exactly where you have always been, knowing the name of the enemy, but with an empty hand. And it is for this reason that there is one final obstacle that must be named before you can truly be sent. There is one last enemy that will stand between you and the fullness of your Moed, and it does not come from the outside. It is an internal resistance, a spiritual reflex. It is the fear of appearing ungrateful. It is the voice that says, "Who are you to ask for more? Who are you to expect a great encounter when you are so flawed? You should be content with what you have." It is a false humility that masquerades as holiness, and its only purpose is to make you shrink back from the very threshold you were appointed to guard. But before I release you, there is one last thing. I want you to prepare yourself now. Close your eyes, or at least look away from the screen. Place your right hand over your chest, take a deep breath and let the air out slowly. This is no longer a lesson. This is a prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, I surrender the exhaustion that has accumulated these last few months, the profound sense of being overlooked, the weight I carried alone when no one saw, the 3 a.m. awakenings I called insomnia, and the state of alert I called my personality. I give it to you now, and I declare I will not go back. I will not retreat. I will not give up 24 hours before the turning. The pressure I have felt was not a sign of my weakness, but a sign of my proximity to the divine appointment that awaits in the next ordinary hour, on the next ordinary day, in the next moment of sudden silence. And I receive right now the 3 names that have been sealed over my spirit: Guardian of the Threshold, Bearer of the Seal, Envoy of the Appointed Time, not for me to boast in, but for me to remember, so that I may walk through what is coming with them in my mouth, in my posture, and in my soul. And before the voice that comes now, I need you to hear one thing. The intensity of what you have passed through in these last months is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is proof that you are exactly who you always knew you were, someone carrying something significant enough for the old cycle to want you silenced. You were not attacked by chance. You were attacked precisely where your identity is appointed to manifest with the greatest force. The heavier the attack, the more dangerous you are to the cycle that tried to contain you. The pressure you felt was not a signal of your weakness. It was the signal of your proximity to the turning, and that turning is in these next few paragraphs. If this is hitting you right now, right below, I receive the turning. I saw you before anyone else did. I saw you that morning last week when you woke before the alarm with that jolt of expectation, and you felt your spirit scan the horizon. I saw you stand at the kitchen window, holding your coffee, and you whispered a prayer you thought no one heard. It was heard. It was recorded. You have not been forgotten. I have never lost sight of you. I have never given away your seat at my table. I have never forgotten the sound of your voice. The path you are walking ends here at my feet. You are profoundly loved. You were never, not for one moment, overlooked. The repetitive numbers you called coincidence, I called the calibration of your appointment. The sudden silence you called a trick of your mind. I called the sound of the approaching threshold. The exhaustion from the vigil that you called your breaking point, I called the final watch of the sentinel before the king arrives. Your name is engraved on the palm of my hands, not as a record, but as a memory I carry with every breath of my attention. And what I will place in your hands next, I prepared for you before you were born. Go forward, the seat is yours. My pride in you was never withheld. It was only waiting for the moment you could finally receive it without arguing whether you deserved it. And there is a voice that is speaking inside of you right now, a voice that says, "This isn't for me. This is for someone with greater faith, for someone with more discipline, for someone who deserves it more." I need you to hear this from me now. You have permission. You have permission to receive what you did not earn. You have permission to be loved without performing perfectly. You have permission to take your seat at the table without justifying why you belong there. You have permission to let the version of you that needed to suffer, to feel worthy, die. Solomon did not prepare this instrument for those who are ready. He prepared it for those who are tired. And the one who is tired is you, now. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. Before I release you, I want you to walk with me to a room you have not yet seen with your physical eyes. Do not force it. Just let the image arrive. There is a long table. Light comes from a place you cannot identify, a light with no single source, the way light has no source in a dream. There are people at the table. Some you have loved. Some you have not yet met. Their faces are not strange to you. They feel like family, even the ones you cannot place. And there is a chair near the head of the table, empty. The shape of you is carved into it. The wood remembers you. The seat has been waiting. Solomon is at the head of the table. He was waiting too. You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. This room has existed since before you arrived in this life. The chair has always been yours. No one has been permitted to sit in it. It was only ever for you. Don't say amen yet. Sit in this for a moment. Feel the weight of what just happened. Now you may say amen, and the appointment you have just accepted, that Mo-Ed the Father has confirmed over you. It now becomes a target. I want you to hear something before you close this video, because there's a phrase the adversary will whisper in your ear in the next 3 hours. I will name that phrase now so you don't fall for it. But before the phrase, there is something you must receive. What was sealed here will now be tested in the next moment of sudden, unexpected silence. And remember the permission you were given just a few moments ago. You have permission for this. You do not need to be ready. You do not need to deserve it any more than you do right now. Solomon did not prepare this instrument for those who have arrived. He prepared it for those who are here. The Solomon Code of Wisdom is waiting for you in the first pinned comment right below, with the ritual of the righteous sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than a coffee and pastry at the bakery. Because a guardian of the threshold without coverage is exposed in the next moment of sudden, unexpected silence. And the adversary is counting on that silence arriving. It's not an expense. It is an instrument. And Solomon prepared it for you to cross what is coming with a steady hand, not an empty one. With a full 7-day guarantee. The risk is ours. The hand is yours. Click now, while the decree is still alive in your chest. Not tomorrow, not after a shower, not after you speak to someone else, because the first person you speak to will have a reasonable opinion that will cost you the instrument, because whoever leaves it for later, leaves it for never. And the adversary already knows this. The phrase is, "It's just a coincidence." He will whisper this when the next moment of sudden silence happens, because that is the exact moment that your spiritual deafness to divine timing needs to pull you back under. He will not say, "Don't believe it." He will say, "It's just a coincidence," because he knows that it's just a coincidence is where you have always lost. Today, now, before the next moment of sudden, unexpected silence, not after. Today. And Solomon will sustain you in this. And now the last word of this video. In the next message I bring to this channel, I will speak about the protocol for what to do in the first 24 hours. After a divine appointment has been kept. The silence that follows is not emptiness, it is a test of what you will carry forward. Whoever heard this word today needs to hear that one in sequence. Keep watch, because what comes next is not a continuation. It is the consolidation of the territory you just took. And when that happens, and it will happen soon, you will remember this moment. Before you go, think of one specific person, not many. One. The person whose name just arrived in your mind as I said that. The person who has been standing watch, faithful, unseen. The person whose anointing has also been attracting attacks that have no name. Someone who has been coming home carrying a weight that is not their own. Someone who needs the same sealing that you just received. Send this video to them. They have been waiting for this word to arrive. And when that person opens this video, they will need what you have just received, including the instrument that Solomon left. It may be the very thing that opens their cycle as well. The link to the Code of Wisdom remains in the first pinned comment, waiting just as it waited for you. It's not a favor you do, it's a service, and heaven sees it. Comment below, "Amen received," and send this video to that specific person who came to mind. It is done. What was delivered here has been delivered. You are not the same person who pressed play. You are profoundly loved. You were never forgotten. The chair is yours, and so it is sealed. The next moment of sudden, unexpected silence can wait another 10 seconds.